All right, we back to finish off this here lesson. All right, where we at? I want to get this in Revelation. We're speaking about Esau and being red. We're gonna get this in Revelation chapter 6. We're gonna read verse 4 and I think verse 6. No, 6 and 8, or 4 and 8. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. I'm going to start at verse 3. Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, a couple key words in here. The scriptures say precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. And then also you have to search these scriptures. Blessed is he that readeth. So getting into these key words here, it says, well, we're gonna all right, we'll start with the red. First, and there went out another horse that was red. Okay. Like we were just reading on Esau and, his redness, his skin. He's actually named, the red man, and if you understand, like I did a lesson about the Illuminati and the Rothschilds and stuff like that, and where they are in the scriptures, when you go into, that name Rothschild, they trying to cover it up now by saying it means red chill, but basically, it's like a compound word. Roth being red, that's, what they say, and then they saying child, or child, being shield, but it's really red child, that red child, Esau, that's who they are, that's the reincarnation of Esau and his sons, the Rothschilds, that head family. But nevertheless, it says, when there went out another horse that was red, okay? That, he was that red horse, and at the bottom it says, and there was given unto him a great sword. Okay, we just read in Genesis 27 and I think 41 that, it said, by thy sword shalt thou live. Okay, so, he was blessed with the sword. That was his blessing. He blessed with, weaponry, military might, that type of stuff, So, how they say America has the greatest military, but really it's Esau. Esau has the greatest military, He's the greatest military man they're alive, He's the greatest military man, not that there's ever going to be, because once Jeremiah 51 and 20 take place, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, and with thee I'll break in pieces the nations, then we're going to take that spot. But as of now, that's Esau. That's his thing. You're not fucking with Esau on that tip, I hear people, on all types of levels when they talking about fighting against the Illuminati or, low-level people coming into this. They find out about Esau and their first reaction is, let's take him down, or like ISUPK, let's go get some guns and bullets and target practice. Like, first of all, do you not know the scriptures, and do you not believe the scriptures? Like, you not finna look. You can't outwield a sword against the nigga whose blessing was the sword. This is his special move. Like, it's like a motherfucker created some shit and you finna outdo him with the creation? No, you can't do that. That's not gonna work. He's the creator of this. He didn't create the sword, but this was his blessing. That's what he's known for. You know what I'm saying? And you can't outdo him on that. And it's just one of you, or you and your little small militia, whatever. Y'all only got two hands, and it ain't really too, productive or whatever to say, to try to wield and shoot two guns at the same time, So, and you can only put one clip in. You got to keep reloading and shit. So, let's just say you got 100,000 bullets. Man, you're going to be carrying around, you know how much bullets weigh? You got to carry all that shit around, you know what I'm saying? And then all these multiple different guns and shit. Then you got to keep reloading and loading up magazine clips and shit like that. This nigga got militaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people look at the American military like, all right, comparably to the rest of the world, some of the countries in the world, like China and them, we don't really have that big of an army comparably to them, But see, you're just looking at the American military, but Esau has an empire, you know. Esau basically is sitting on top of NATO, you know. He basically is up on top of NATO and the EU and shit like that, and then also the United Nations, you know. These are just fronts for him. This is his empire. So if instead of saying, you know, the United Nations is all these nations coming together, the EU is the European nations coming together, and NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. These countries coming together, you know. But if you was just to look at it like it's all Esau, you know. If you was to look at it like that, it'd be like, no, this one nigga got the whole planet in subjection, you know. I mean, you could just look at the American military bases that there are around the globe. I mean, you could tell basically America has the biggest military. It's stretched out, you know, with bases every damn where all over the whole planet globe, you know. And if you was to look at our territory based on them bases, you would know that America basically is the biggest country on the planet Earth, you know. Not from border to border, but from where our arms extend out to, you know. Not ours, but Esau's arms extend out to with his military bases. Then you add on the people that's in the UN that's basically in conglomerate with him, you know. And then they have smaller groups inside of that, you know. You had like, what was it, the P6, and then it turned into P5+1, you know, dealing with like Russia and all of them. And then you have, like I said, NATO, you know. Basically, when you look at the NATO militaries, you know, and then, like I said, the UN peace, what do they call it? The UN peacekeeping army, or whatever they call them, those little blue hats. When you look at the bases and all those, the bases of where all those posts are at, you know, you'll see that damn near Esau has the whole goddamn planet Earth, you know, and his military might. You're not coming down upon him with that, you know. There's no fighting him, you know. There's only one way to fight him, and that's with the power, the faith and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, you know. Just it's the same shit that was popping off in Egypt when we left Egypt, you know. We didn't have nothing in our damn hands but the shit that we could carry in our hands. And basically it was just the gold and shit that we was taking up off the Egyptians, you know. We didn't really have no, even if we did, let's say, hypothetically, we had to fast forward that into today's times, you know, leaving Egypt with today's shit that we got today, you know. You was only able to carry the things you had in your hand. Just imagine, you know, every Israelite that was leaving out of Egypt all had guns on them, and they all had bullets on them. You know, it's just that. We don't got nowhere to go back and resupply or nothing like that, you know. You still got Egypt, who's got his Egyptian bases, you know what I'm saying, and then he also got the little countries or the little places around about him that he didn't extended his little place out, his military might out from, you know. They can reload, resupply. They got more and more soldiers. It's just us, you know. And like I said, it's going to be the same as that, you know. That's basically what it was, you know. You had Pharaoh and his army behind us and the Red Sea in front of us, you know. There's no way that we could turn around and just fight Pharaoh and his army and shit like that. They got weapons and we don't, you know. They got a military. This is what they train for. They military train and practice for this shit. We ain't doing that. We just trying to adapt to the situation. It's not going to work out like that, you know. You're not taking Esau and his damn, with him and his sword, you know. It says, and there was given unto him a great sword. Again, like I said, that's his special move, his special weapon, you know. That's his special ability. He good with he a good gunslinger, you know. That's what he do. It's like your specialty. Let's say you Michael Phelps, right? Your specialty is swimming, but you trying to challenge Michael Jordan to a basketball game in his court. How the fuck you finna beat MJ at basketball when you a professional swimmer? You know, or vice versa. MJ trying to beat Michael Phelps in the damn water swimming. Like, nah, you gotta be from the same damn, cut from the same cloth to even try to, you know, do something like that, you know. And really what you see whenever you have struggles in a military conflict, it'll be Esau versus Esau, you know. But when Esau fight against anybody damn else, he just be dominating the fuck out of them, you know. But going back on up, it says, in verse 4, it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Okay? And the power that was given unto him, you know, like we read in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, you know. So the earth and all the dominion of the earth, okay, was given unto the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau is the wicked, you know. You could read about that in First Maccabees, you know, about how Alexander, and and his 4 generals basically put crowns on their heads and their sons afterwards, and wickedness multiplied on the earth. You know, that's what that's talking about. But we're going to read verse 4 again. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given it to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. Okay? And there was given unto him a great sword. And really, you know, you had little skirmishes and like war and shit like that going on with the other nations before Esau came into power, but you never had shit like you got going on now. You got world wars going on. So World War I, World War II, and World War III is about to pop off, all under the dominion of Esau. Okay? And not just that, man. You have motherfuckers going around killing each other, basically all because of Esau. You can solve pretty much all the problems of the damn planet Earth if you just take him out, you know? You wouldn't have people polluting you wouldn't have all these big ass companies and manufacturers and shit like that polluting the air, the water streams, killing people with, you know, certain, how do you say, material and shit that's like that these people are breathing in and stuff like that. You know, man, you wouldn't have people, Esau with his damn sword, you know, you wouldn't have mass production of weapons and guns and bombs and shit like that for people to be running around offing people like that. Where do we learn all that shit from? From Esau. You know what I'm saying? He the one who is the poster child for all that, you know? Talking about terrorists and shit like that. Well, who the fuck taught people how to be a terrorist, you know? Fuck it. 9/11, you know, terrorists, we're going to just go off of their story that they tell you. Terrorists flew some planes to a building, you know, use it as basically a big-ass bomb. Where the fuck if that's what really happened, where the fuck did those terrorists learn that tactic from? Well, first of all, I think it was in the, during the time of the Cuban military crisis, or Cuban Missile Crisis, they basically, I believe, came up with a plan, basically. Now, if I'm mistaken, you know, for the event, you know, it's a lot here for that. It might have been during a different event, but nevertheless, one of the things they came up with as a plan to basically get them into war was, and this was a long time ago, probably like in, this was a while back, but they basically had drone airplanes back then, but they was basically saying, look, we'll basically have a remote control airplane and we'll just fly it into a building or some shit like that and just say that, or crash it and say that basically the Cubans shot it down, you know, which would, to the people, would basically justify them going in and warring with Cuba, you know. It's the type of shit Esau does, you know, in his fucking wicked ways. But nevertheless, read verse 4 one more time. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Okay, and again, you know, who the fuck is going around in all these countries with their propaganda and they so-called proxy wars? You know, this is how they go into these countries and stir shit up. So, for example, Syria, you know, the way they got into Syria the way they in there now is, first of all, they go over into Syria and they create propaganda campaigns. You know, everything in Syria all good. You know, the people like the Syrian leader and everything. So even if they didn't like him, that's not our fucking house to go over there and be trying to clean their fucking house up, you know? You live in your house and then next door you got a husband and a wife over there and they always bickering and backering about whatever they got going on over there. It's not your duty to go in there and be like, look, you need to stop doing this. That ain't your house. You need to mind your own business. That's their house. Okay? But nevertheless, over in Syria, what happened was America set up propaganda. You know, they basically went over there and set up, you know, whether it be commercials or people speaking out, you know, saying stuff like, you know, the Syrian government is, you know, doing all kind of corruption, all kind of whatever. They're doing whatever they're doing, you know. And it gets the people all stirred up and upset, you know. Just like here when they talk about, I think it was North Korea hacked Sony movies or whatever and leaked that movie about North Korea, you know. That more or less, that was just propaganda, you know. That was a promotional stuff for that movie, you know. The fuck do they want to, if they got the technology to hack into some shit like that, why would they want to hack and leak a movie? That's not fucking America up. That's just fucking up private individuals who privately invested into that, you know. You're not fucking up America as a whole doing that. But for America using that as propaganda, what do they get out of it? First of all, they didn't got free promotion out of this movie. Now people want to go see what the big hype is about this movie that probably would have flopped anyway, you know. And second of all, you didn't got the people more or less upset with North Korea to the point like, man, these motherfuckers over here hacking our shit. We need to go over there and blow their ass up, you know? That type of shit. You know, Esau, you know how to get down, you know? But back over in the Syria deal, they went over there with their propaganda and got the people all stirred up. Now the people looking at the damn government like the government doing them wrong, but really these paid actors are over there, you know? And you know, they start doing all of that. So now you have the people starting to change their mind about where they live at, you know, starting to think a little different about where they live at. Now they starting to uprise, you know, all they had to do is send 1 or 2 people over there and start speaking, you know, sweet words into the people's ears and stuff like that. Now you get certain followers. Now they creating groups. Now they, you know, they backing them with the CIA and stuff like that. They giving them arms. Now these little small groups is over here running up on the military, the Syrian military and the government officials and popping off at them, you know. And what do you think the military is going to do? They're going to defend themselves. They're going to try to put down this threat. Now they done videotaped the military retaliating against these actors they done set up, and then they broadcast it on TV. So what do you see? You see the Syrian government, what you would think, killing just innocent civilians for no reason. Now this is getting the people further stirred up to just sit here and fight against the Syrian government. Now that you have this civil war going on and things are getting out of control, America now wants to go play the police and go over there and bring justice. So he's going to go over there like, look, we got to stop the Syrian government from killing his own civilians. We got to go and stabilize the area, you know. And instead of doing all of that, you know, it would have been nothing for them to just, there was seriously a problem over there with, this is even fucked up even thinking about, you know, if there was a serious problem over there, that's their problem. That ain't our problem, you know. But hypothetically, in Esau's way of thinking, you know what I'm saying, if there was a problem over there with the government, it would have been nothing for us to send a goddamn drone over there and just bomb the shit. You know, the palace where Bashar al-Assad is at. You know, he doing a live stream from his presidential palace, so you know where the fuck the nigga's at. You know, you tracking, you got satellites everywhere. You telling me you can't just drop a goddamn drone over there and just blow his ass up one time and keep it fucking moving? No more Syrian president, you know? Kim Jong-un. No more none of that. But what do? They go in there and like, oh, so you got this civil war going on over there. What we're going to do is, you know, because the Syrian government is over here dominating on its people, we got to go over here and arm what they call the moderate rebels, or the Free Syrian Army. Okay, so they over here giving guns into these people who didn't have guns over there to begin with. Now this Free Syrian Army took these guns and be like, you know what? Fuck y'all. We're going to go do our own thing. We're going to turn ourselves into ISIS. You know what I'm saying? Now that there's an actual threat over there, so a supposed threat, now that these motherfuckers done changed their name to ISIS, the same motherfuckers we done armed, trained, and gave guns to, you know, not we, America. America's the one who set all this shit up, you know what I'm saying? They the whole, if you was to take America out of that, you wouldn't have these people over here thinking that their government doing them wrong. You wouldn't have the government over here having to retaliate against their people. You wouldn't have these guns and bombs in these countries. And you wouldn't be leaving military equipment behind for them to sit there and hijack. Like, how the fuck is ISIS still on the loose right now? By now, they should have ran out of bullets. First of all, they didn't buy no fucking guns to begin with. All the shit they got, they just keep finding it because the Americans be leaving it behind. So they tanks that they be coming across. But, nigga, where you getting gas from for these tanks? Where you getting bombs at? Where you getting the artillery shells for these goddamn tanks? You know? Where you getting all this shit from? You know, and there was one point in time, they tried to cover this up, that they said that ISIS didn't hijack the damn jet and it was armed and shit like that. I'm like, okay, these is regular ass niggas. How the fuck they know how to fly a sophisticated jet? You telling me that just any and everybody could just hop in a jet and learn how to fly it like that? Not even crash, not have no fuck ups? Same with a tank. A regular individual would know how to fucking move a tank, drive a tank, load that shit, fire that shit without killing himself. Come on, man. But yet, this is how, you know, America get down. You know, they know how to take peace from the earth. Let me read that again. It says in verse 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. Okay? And that's exactly what you got going on in Syria. You got the Syrians killing Syrians over there because of some fucking propaganda that America went over there and stirred up, you know? It's like you got a husband and a wife in a happy relationship, you know? Or a boyfriend and a girlfriend in a happy relationship, and old girl, homegirl come up and be telling the chick all kind of sideways shit, man. Girl, I seen your man over here doing this and that, you know, propagating some bullshit, you know, setting up propaganda. She didn't see nothing, but she jealous, you know. She just don't like seeing you with homeboy, you know, because she jealous. So she basically finna stir up this here propaganda. Now you and your man start fighting, and then now y'all separated, you know? And the war took place in your household, but the influence came from the outside. And that person from the outside really ain't had no weight or no water in the whole situation. They just wanted to see y'all struggling and fighting and separating, you know? This is how America is. They know how to take peace from the earth, you know? They know how to take peace from any damn where. We're going to jump down to verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Okay? And it's the characteristics of Esau, you know? Anywhere Esau put his goddamn Edomite red-ass foot, you know what I'm saying? It says, his name was Death, and hell followed with him, you know? So, anywhere Esau go, death and hell follow, you know? When he came over here to America, and he came up with the Native Americans, first thing first, what happened? First it came death. The hashish gun, or the Gatling gun, you know, smallpox, you know, they was going around Indians, what they call Indian scalping, skinning Indians, or natives, so-called Native Americans, you know. They wound up doing all this stuff. First of all, they came with death, you know, they spread death. Now look at the condition of America today, you know, back in those days when the so-called natives was over here, you had clean spring waters, clean rivers and stuff like that, clean air, clean oxygen. Now look at America now, you got fucking GMO foods everywhere, chemtrails every damn where, polluted water everywhere, okay? So first he brought death, and now look at this so-called, well, this once beautiful place, now it's just like fucking pure hell, you know? Everything's all fucked up here. And power was given, it says, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with hunger and death, okay? So like I just said, with the GMOs, drones, bombs, you know what I'm saying, and how you say, like more or less like pestilence, Ebola, swine flu, all that shit. This nigga is the only person creating all of this shit, you know? Like I said, you take him away, the whole earth basically, you know, clean itself the fuck back up. But, you know, Esau, who is the damn devil, you know what I'm saying? You seeing the devil running amok on the planet Earth. Only the devil would do some shit like that, you know? Take some perfectly good fruits and vegetables. There ain't nothing wrong with the shit, and they're going to tamper with it. Now it's all fucked up, you know? Not only that, you didn't permanently destroy their seeds because you came out with some new seeds and can't even get the shit back, you know? This is the book of Job, chapter 30. And I'm going to read from the top. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Okay? Like, yo, man, this vile-ass beast, this nigga he ain't even worthy enough to sit with my goddamn dogs. You know, I know my dogs are dirty and nasty, got fleas or whatever, and he lick his own ass and shit like that, but that nigga cleaner than this nigga over here. Esau's a dirty motherfucker, man. Esau is the only nigga who like bestiality and shit like that. That's another thing. I wouldn't let this nigga babysit my dog, because my dog might come back, you know what I'm saying, and be all tainted because this nigga done put peanut butter on his nuts and let the damn dog lick it off. You know what I'm saying? Or letting the dog lick all or like these women, you know, with their little lap dogs, putting the dog under the cover so the dog be licking them between their damn legs and shit. You know what I'm saying? These nasty, vile beasts, man. Motherfuckers having sex with animals and horses and shit, man. It's nasty motherfucker, man. Verse 2. Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine. Now, this is talking about, we getting into, how you say, how at one point in time in history, how Esau was, you know. I think it was in the Dark Ages, where Esau basically was put up into these. So one of the things about the Dark Ages, you know, you don't really find too much information about what was going on there, because Esau don't want to tell you the truth, you know. This nigga was what we were finna go into. He was going to describe the condition he was in, you know, and we was basically ruling at that point in time. But if he was to tell you that, he would lose all his credence. You wouldn't look up to him like you do now if you realized how low this nigga was. You wouldn't look up to him and so-called honor him if you realize how just filthy this man is, you know. You be like, you cannot be human. There's something seriously wrong with your ass, you know. But it says, Job 30:3. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. Okay, so these niggas over here eating basically roots and bushes and shit like that, you know, just gnawing on bark and shit, you know. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief, you know. Basically, these niggas was like heathen, super heathen. They were so bad that other heathen was running their ass the fuck up out of there, you know. And if you was to go and you do some research on Jewish people and they history, you know, you will see certain things about them, how many different countries they was expelled from, you know. Now these Jewish people is basically Esau. He just, you know, changed his name unto them, you know, trying to cover it up. But, you know, you can't hide your spirit, man. You're gonna keep doing the same shit over and over and over again, you know. So like if I had a damn orange tree and I changed the name from an orange tree to a goddamn call it a fucking purple tree, you know. I got a purple tree, you know. I changed it from an orange tree to a purple tree. Don't mean it's gonna start goddamn harvesting or creating purple. Nah, it's still creating oranges. You just changed the fucking name on it, you know. Same with this nigga over here. No matter, you change his name to whatever you want to change his name to. You know, he changed his name basically to Jacob, more or less to say, but it don't give him the characteristics of Jacob. He still got the characteristics of Esau. You can't hide that. You can't. The spirit bear witness with the spirits. You know, you gonna if your ass is wicked, no matter what you change your name into, you still gonna be wicked. You know. But it says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Okay, so this is the origin of the so-called white man. You know, he actually was and is the only caveman that there's ever been on the planet Earth. You know, talk about, because he, you know, he's a teacher and the person who's in charge of shit right now. So when he say, oh yeah, we was cavemen, we come from cavemen. Yeah, you're right. You was a caveman. You came from cavemen, you know? I mean, he wasn't originally a caveman, but this is just type of shit this nigga like doing, living up in caves, you know? First he dwelt in Mount Seir, you know? But in the latter times, he had dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains. But, you know, homeboy wanted to live in these damn caves and stuff. And it says also, let me read that again, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. Okay? Let me see what they give you for the definition of this word. They didn't really give you a good definition for it. Okay, so here they give you more or less to an understanding. It says used of an ass when hungry. Okay, so or a wretched and famished person. So to give you an example, like and among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. So homeboy, like it was saying, they was eating juniper roots and shit like that. But just imagine the old ass caveman, you know, eating some bushes. They ain't have no real language and no shit. These motherfuckers so fucking lazy. Like, and you go into their history, you read about this shit. These niggas didn't bathe. We took them in slavery, and the shit we did for them in slavery, man, they was better off, you know. What they did to us in slavery, they made us worse off. We started falling off, but we brought them up in slavery, you know. We took them in slavery and we goddamn showed their ass how to take baths and shit, how to wash their ass. Okay, we taught Esau how to fucking wash his ass. Think about that shit, that dirty motherfucker, man. Salakia, but just thinking about how low this nigga is and how we up under him right now. You know, we in subjection to this low ass nigga, man. It's just vexing, man. This nigga is like beneath me, super beneath me, man. It's back to the lesson, man. Nevertheless, it says, to dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. Imagine that old vile ass beast. This nigga don't even know, whatever. And he got the nerve to say he the father of all civilizations and everything came from this nigga. Man, ain't nothing come from this nigga but pure wickedness and retardation. You know, that's why you gotta learn this nigga's history, man. Verse 8, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So even the Most High saying, y'all niggas ain't shit. Not even that you ain't shit, you worse than ain't being shit. Nigga, you worse than the fly that eat the shit that didn't fell out of this dead ass cow's ass, nigga. You just beneath everything, nigga. You just, and Esau, like they say, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. I mean, and whatever. And now I am their song, yea, I'm their byword. See, Job here is even feeling how I'm feeling, man. I can't believe that this nigga, the definition of a nigga, has the nerve to call me a nigga. And got me thinking I'm beneath him and that I'm just some savage that was hanging out in the fucking jungle swinging around on trees. This is the shit that he tell us. But when this nigga was living in the goddamn cave, he didn't even speak. He didn't even know how to speak. This nigga didn't even know how to bathe. Nigga wearing the same ass clothes to maggots and shit falling off of it, taking dead relative skulls and using it as cups and shit. This dirty ass nigga eating just fucking, how you say, roots and bark and shit. This, man, oh, nasty motherfucker, man. It says, and now I am their song, yea, I am their byword. They abhor me. They flee far from me and spare not to spit in my face. These motherfuckers looking at me like I'm, just think about this. Just think that your ass is fucking Bill Gates or some shit like that, right? And you walking around, you riding around in your brand new drop top Rolls Royce, or you riding around your brand new drop top Rolls Royce with your $1 million outfit on, and some motherfucking homeless nigga who eating out the trash can got the nerve to walk up to your ass and treat you like you a bum. I'm like, nah, nigga, we don't serve people like you. Like, nigga, I ain't no bum, nigga. My car costs more than all the shit that you got. Or my outfit costs more than all the shit that you got. And you got the nerve to call me broke? Like, nigga, you eating at the trash can. I own McDonald's. Or whatever. You own chains of restaurants and you eating at the trash. You got the nerve to call me broke? That's how fucked up this shit is, man. This low ass nigga got the nerve to call us savages. You know, when he's the real savage. You know? He got the nerve to call us niggas and shit. Basically, when he's the fucking nigga, he's a vile beast of this earth, man. He got the nerve to call us all kind of crazy ass shit. He got the nerve to call the Indians, Redskins, the Red Man, when his ass is the fucking Red Man. That's what he's named after. That's his fucking name is Red. You know what I'm saying? This nigga then took all the bad shit about him and then projected it all on us and made us believe that shit. And took all the good stuff about us and projected it on him, and now we worship him as if he God. Only the fucking devil would do that. And if you can't see that, man, then you just on the devil's nuts all day. That's just end all be all, you know? You have got to constantly be on this nigga's nuts to just not see that, you know? It's just in him. Anything and everything he do. Same with today, you know? You don't want to believe this shit, this is what's going on. The spirit bear witness with the spirit. Go get you a goddamn, go stay with some white folks, some so-called white folks. Or go over to their house and go look in their goddamn shower and look for a goddamn wash rag. You'll never see them with no goddamn wash rag. These motherfuckers are dirty. You know what I'm saying? We have to teach their ass how to fucking clean themselves. These nasty motherfuckers, man. Can't believe this shit. Let me get my next script, because I done got, man, that shit just fucking vexing, man, just to know. And especially when you just know certain things at certain times. You're like, I already know. Common sense, man. Certain things just common sense. This is one thing my dad kind of drilled inside of me was common sense. When you see somebody do some shit, like this motherfucker over here, like putting his hand inside of some goddamn fire and don't want to remove the shit, and now his whole shit burnt the fuck up, or you trying to grill inside the fucking house and you got lighter fluid and you done drenched the whole fucking grill in lighter fluid and you about to light this bitch inside your closet and you mad your house caught on fire. Be like, bitch, I should slap the shit out of you. Use some common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's like Esau. Esau do some shit like that, and to know a motherfucker like that, like, wait a minute. You really thought that to light a grill inside your closet full of lighter fluid? You know what I'm saying? You gotta think like that. Like, and this the nigga I'm working for? Like, how is it the fact that you paying me, you my boss, and you don't even know that shit? You know what I'm saying? That's some vexing ass shit, man. Nevertheless, we gonna just get back to the scripture, because this nigga is just a heathen amongst heathen. Right here, Obadiah, I'm going to start at verse 2. I didn't even want to grab this, but we were going to read 3 and 4. Obadiah 1 verse 2. Behold, I have made thee. Now this is, I'm going to read from the top so you understand who we're talking about. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So we're talking about Esau, okay? Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, okay? Thou art greatly, like I said, all these other nations, they don't like Esau. Don't nobody like Esau. They all hate Esau for the shit that he got going on. All he do is fuck up their country, their people, and everything else around them, and basically put them in captivity as well, too. And they already know how low this nigga is. Well, I mean, Esau actually is above, like, all these other nations, you know what I'm saying, as far as, like, smarts and, well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know, 'cause that nigga is a vile, base-ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? But you got other nations that's dumb as shit, too, like Moab. The Chinese people, they dumb as shit, but nevertheless, we ain't gonna get all into that. Verse 3, Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee, okay? The few, I don't know that thing, the few, whatever, proud, the Marines, or I'm proud to be an American, okay? The pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, okay? So who shall bring me down to the ground? Are we the greatest military in the world? Who gonna take America down? America ain't gonna never get touched. Oh, we the best. Oh, we the greatest. This is not. Ain't nobody touching us like that. And also, whose habitation is high? Okay, who like living in these tall ass skyscrapers and shit like that, you know, and you know, living up in a penthouse up on top, you know, looking down. He liked that because he was used to living in these damn mountains, and that's why everything is built out of concrete. You got concrete every day, and we're in these tall ass buildings, you know. But it says, thou that dwells in the clefts of the rock. Now, again, everything about Esau, this nigga is named after all the shit that just, like, if you go into these words, he telling himself with all his fucking names, okay? Edom, meaning red, rednecks, the red man, you know? See the blood show forth through the skin, you know? Also, wasted away is he, this nigga black and melanin, the only non-colored person on the earth, okay? Then also, Rothschild, or red child, okay? Edomites, same shit. The children of Edom, the children of red, okay? Same shit. But then also, Caucasian. Where does that word Caucasian come from? Okay, when you go look up, okay, you have to do some research on Jewish people, the Jews, what they call the Jews. Not talking about the Israelites, the people from the tribe of Judah, but, you know, who the Bible called Amalek, okay? The Jewish people. Okay, these people, when you go back and you look at their origins, I believe it was 748 A.D., where they had their conversion. It was the Khazars living in Khazaria, basically right over there where in Russia, more or less to say, like Georgia, Russia, you know, right over there. If you go look at a map, right in that little area, you'll see the Caucasus Mountains. Okay, so now you have a compound word, Caucasian. Okay, so to break it down simple, you have Asia, then Asians. If you can understand what the damn definitions of those two are, the difference between Asia and Asians, you can understand what the difference between Caucasus and Caucasian is. You know, Asia is the place. Asians are the people of that place of Asia. Okay, so the Caucasus, okay, is a place. So you can say the Caucasus or the Caucasus Mountains, the mountains that's in the Caucasus. The area of the Caucasus, but then you say Caucasians, okay, the people from that region. The Caucasians would be basically the people of the Caucasus Mountains, okay? The cavemen, basically saying cavemen of a particular mountain, you know, instead of saying like Mount St. Helen, Mount St. Helenites, you know what I'm saying? They just specifically named it, they gave you the name of the specific mountain they was from, or that they dwelt in, you know, the Caucasus Mountains. So like I said, this beast, this vile beast, he named after all the shit that he named after in the Bible, except for Jacob or Israel, you know, that's the only thing that, you know, that he didn't change his name unto that. But in Revelation 2 and 9 and 3 and 9, you know, they basically break that down about who I know the blasphemy of them who say they are Jews and are not. This nigga tried to change his name, you know. But says, the pride of thy heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, as though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith Yahweh. So they exalt themselves as the eagle. You go back in history, this is basically they main mascots, you know, Grecian times, Roman times, here in America, all the Germany, you know, all their main symbols is the eagle, you know. But here we got our national bird is the eagle, it's on our dollar bill and all kind of stuff like that, you know. These are these descriptive tall tale signs of what the shit is, you know. If I sent you to the store and they only had three fruit in the store, an apple, an orange, and a pear, and I didn't tell you what the name of it was, I told you to go to the store and bring me back the fruit that's yellow, okay? I'm not giving you the name of it, I'm just telling you to bring me back the fruit that's yellow. You're going to come back with a fucking orange because I gave you the description and you just brought back the right shit, you know? Same here. They're giving us all the descriptions of these people, like they just didn't give you the name you call them today. They're not saying white people. They give you all the descriptions, so you just go around and look at the people who's doing this shit. Two and two together, you see, you know, you already know what's going on here. But nevertheless, damn, I don't want to get cut off. I got one more to get to. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 14. This is Isaiah chapter 14. I'm going to start at verse 4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. So he's talking about the king of Babylon, or, you know, great Babylon the Great. And say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Okay? So Esau, the fatness of the earth, you know, everything, all, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The golden city, he's going to be the head of that golden city if he own the whole earth, obviously. Then also it says, how has the oppressor ceased? Okay, Esau is the one that's oppressing every damn body, you know. It says, Yahweh has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people in wrath with the continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay, who going around basically beating the people with a continual stroke, you know. More and more hours working, like the cost of living go up, but your wages don't go up with it, you know. With the continuous stroke, who constantly just adding more and more and more shit on for you, you know? Who the one got you all stressed the fuck out? All your stress and all that stuff could be alleviated if you basically got rid of Esau and all his systems and shit. It's basically Esau and all his systems has got you stressed the fuck out, you know? It says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Okay, this is when Esau's taken out of power. The whole earth is going to be at rest. So right now, basically the whole earth is weary and is all fucked up because of Esau. Okay, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us. Twofold, being, you know, he ain't cutting down the damn rainforest no more, like he doing now, destroying the earth. But then also the trees being his people, you know, these people trying to grow up on their own and become their own people, their own tree and their own little garden or whatever. Esau cutting them down, so they got to basically grow up to be the clone of him or whatever he had them do, you know. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up their thrones. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Basically, it says, and hell beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. So basically, whenever this nigga move, he's stirring up hell. You know, it's gonna be some hell to pay. Whenever you see him coming through, bruh, it's about to go down. You know. Like you see the police rolling up on you, you already know ain't nothing good coming from this shit. Same with Esau. And they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Okay. Now go back into World War II when America dropped those atomic bombs on Japan, right? Everybody got scared of America. They was just like, you know what, y'all got it. Whatever y'all say, we good with. But now you got somebody as small as North Korea. You know what I'm saying? That's tiny as fuck. Just like, you know what? Fuck America, man. We're going to blow y'all off the face of the earth. And what you going to do about it? You know? That's it. That's them saying, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become as weak as we? Like, nigga, you got nuclear bombs? We do too. But we just more willing to push them shits. We ain't taking that bully shit no more. We standing up for ourselves now. Verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows and the worm And the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Okay, basically we getting America's being decayed. You know, the money system here is crumbling, the infrastructure here is crumbling, everything here is crumbling. You know, it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weakest the nations? Who is weakening all the nations? Who's fucking up all the economies and their way of being and shit like that, going over to the Middle East, instituting democracy and stuff like that, and weakening them all down? It's Lucifer, okay? This damn devil. It's Esau. Esau's the one going over there doing all this shit, you know? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, okay? Who the one saying some shit like that? I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Basically, he want to be God. He want to create this RFID chip and have artificial wombs and all kind of shit like that. Program your ass and give you everything the Most High. Who is doing that? Who's implementing these chips and stuff like that and this technology? Who's coming out with all this stuff? It ain't the Chinese. It's Esau. And the Chinese might come out with it, but they being paid off by Esau to create it all. Esau's the one doing all this stuff, so he can have this power, you know? Nevertheless, when we get cut off, we're going to go ahead and end this here because we don't want this file to get corrupted. So Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, we want to say, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone and rule well. Salutations to you, Ark and pushing his truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.